What's up? I'm Matt, and this is the space between the headphones. So, very recently, I believe on the 2nd, Isaiah Rashad dropped his album, The Sun's Tirade, and there haven't been a ton of reviews up for it, so I'm just going to put my thoughts down. I was a very big Isaiah Rashad fan. Basically for the past few years, ever since I'd heard Sylvia demo, I went back and listened to his first mixtape, Pieces of a Kid, and was very impressed by the mood of both of those albums. So I was obviously looking forward to seeing what he would come out with his, I guess what feels like his first major piece of work since he's been signed to TDE, as he revealed in some interviews that a lot of Sylvia demo was done with all of his producers and not a lot of influence from TDE. He was just signed right about the time he was ready to drop that. So looking at the track list, there are a lot of various interludes with little cuts of Schoolboy Q just kind of leaving phone messages for Isaiah Rashad, talking about Isaiah as a person and Isaiah's progress within the album and his progress as a writer, talking about how maybe Isaiah can't seem to find a topic to write about, or is choosing not to put out his album and is keeping people waiting far too long because, you know, he's just that good. There are maybe 7 of these little vocal snippets, and to be honest, I find them pretty much worthless. They don't really add anything to the album, and the fact that they don't kind of leads to one of my bigger issues within the album. So Isaiah Rashad has always had a sound. He's always had an aesthetic that makes sense, as far as being from the South yet still having something to say on the mic. That being said, he doesn't paint pictures the way that Kendrick Lamar does. He doesn't have a very specific point when he goes after a whole project like this. I look at individual tracks within the track listing and enjoy them a lot, but at the end of the day, I don't really feel like I got a lot from the Sun's Tirade that I didn't already know from projects like Sylvia Demo or Pieces of a Kid. There are songs that I like on here a lot, but like I said, as a whole, I walk away with not a ton. Looking at songs like For the Squad and Free Lunch, What's Wrong, Stuck in the Mud, AA, Find a Topic, all of those songs are very good in their own right, but they truly don't add anything to the whole, because there's no concept, because there's seemingly no underlying message to the entire album. What you have here is a very talented rapper with great production, great features, but a distinct lack of something to say. And when you go to put out a full-length album, having a specific purpose is incredibly important. I think we can all agree that albums like Illmatic and Good Kid, Mad City, and definitely To Pimp a Butterfly had something to say and a story to tell, and they were better off for it. These weren't just some random collection of songs that all kind of sounded the same and all came out around the same time and were called an album. I guess what I'm really getting at is the importance of putting out music that isn't just music. It has to have a purpose behind it, and it has to flow well together. I enjoyed the album. I did. These are all songs that have nice production. They've got a nice groove to them. Isaiah brings a decent flow, but at the end of the day, he's not rapping about anything. He's not trying to make To Pimp a Butterfly. And the issue is, I think he could. What you have with Isaiah Rashad is a good lyricist and somebody who came out with a style very, very early. He kind of bridged the gap between Southern music and the things that the TDE camp was doing as far as bringing lyricism and catchy hooks. So my question is, why am I so underwhelmed by this album when there's so much behind it as far as great features like from Kendrick Lamar and J-Rock? You have nice singers in the background like SZA and was it Sid from she's from The Internet, I believe, the group The Internet. At the end of the day, I'm going to listen to this album a fair amount, to be honest with you, because there are songs that when I wake up in the morning and I'm tired, I like to listen to. The vibe makes sense to me, but overall, I'm disappointed by the album. I was hoping for a little bit more, and I think if he had given it another few months, he probably would have had more, because he recently revealed that he's been struggling with, pill and alcohol addiction, but none of that turns up here. Yeah, there are references to popping pills and drinking, but he doesn't really expand on it. It doesn't become anything. It's just simply something to reference, something to rap about. And I see a distinct lack of specific purposes within these songs. It's something that plagued Chance the Rapper on Coloring Book, where an individual song didn't have a topic. You looked at acid rap, and each song had some sort of a message and some sort of a theme just within that little song. And that's what made acid rap so good. He missed that on Coloring Book, and Isaiah definitely missed it on The Sun's Tirade. I think the title and his personal struggle could have meant something, as he talked about in a recent interview, how, you know, when you move out to somewhere and it's hot every day and you don't have anything to do, like the days just bleed together, so what does it really matter if you're just fucked up all day? You know, Isaiah had an opportunity to like make something really personal, and he clearly has all the resources to do it at TD. So I just don't understand why I'm hearing something that feels exactly the same as what I felt on Pieces of a Kid and Sylvia Demo. And the thing was, at the time with Sylvia Demo, it was new. Now it's a little bit older. Now I'm very, very aware that he can make songs like Stuck in the Mud. I'm very aware that he can make, you know, songs with Sid, and that he can do songs with SZA. But what I really lack is a feeling of connection to Isaiah, because all he's rapping about is everything he's rapping about is very general. And I guess that bothers me. At the end of the day, album's still like 6 out of 10.